Fourth grade into math lesson 14.3, represent addition of fractions. I can use visual representations to add fractions. I can write equations to model a given number line or word problem. Start your learning. So Caleb enters a frog in a frog jumping contest. His frog jumps twice. Caleb wants to find the total distance his frog jumped. So we need to explain how you can determine the length of each of the frog's 2 jumps, then find the total distance the frog jumped. Okay, so they were nice enough to already go ahead and draw us like a number line, right, guys? Okay, so they already have it marked 0 to 1. How many sections is that number line broken into? 4. So that's going to be our denominator, right? So this one would represent, hold on. This one would represent what? 1/4. What's the next mark? 2/4. And what's the next mark? 3/4. Now, we can see where the frog ended up landing, right? By the last jump. Where was the frog at the last jump? The 3/4 of a foot. Okay, but what would be my number equation for this if I wanted to show what each jump was? So 1/4. And then I heard plus 3/4. Is it plus 3/4? No. Because how many tack marks are between 1/4 and 3/4? 2. So plus 2/4 equals 3/4 of a foot. Build understanding number 1. A grasshopper jumps 2/6 yards and then immediately jumps another 3/6 of a yard. How far does the grasshopper jump? So what are we going to break this into, guys? 6, right? So 6 pieces. So here would be my 3/6, right, guys? And then 1 is also equivalent to what? 6/6. So here 2/6, or not 2/6, sorry, 1/6, 2/6, 4/6, and 5/6. What was the first jump? 2/6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then start at 0 and have it come to here. So this was 2/6, right? How much was the next jump? 3/6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And land here at 5/6. So 3/6. So they want us to write an addition equation to model the distance the grasshopper jumps. So what am I going to put? 3/6 plus 3. So 2/6 plus 3/6 equals what? 5/6. 5/6 of a what? So we had 2/6 yard, 3/6 yard. So what was it? 5/6 of a yard. Guys, pay attention to your letter B. How does your equation relate to what you drew on the number line? So we had in our equation 2/6 plus 3/6. Did we show the first jump was what? 2/6. The next jump was 3/6. So by adding those two together, we got 5/6, or ended at 5/6. Letter C. The grasshopper jumps a total of 5/6 of a yard. What do you notice about the numerators and the denominators of the add-ins and the numerator and denominator of the sum? So what do we notice? Did the numerator change in the answer? No. Yes. Did the denominator change in the answer? No. So your denominator stays the same and you change the numerator. Okay. Step it up, number 2. Sam's pet rabbit lives in a hutch with a sleeping space that has an area of 312 square yards. Cece's pet rabbit has a sleeping space that has an area that is 412 square yards, larger than Sam's rabbit sleeping space. What is the area of Cece's rabbit sleeping space? So we have the 312 square yard, the 412 square yard, and they want to know what the area of Cece's rabbit sleeping space is. So they were nice enough and already drew our fraction model for us. So it says use the visual fraction model to find the area of Cece's rabbit sleeping space. Okay, the fraction strips that represent the area of the sleeping space for Sam's rabbit. So how much did Sam's rabbit have? 3/12. Remember, you're going to do this a little darker, but not too darker to where you can't read it. Okay? Then, how much more was Cece? 4, right? So we need to color in, lightly shade in 4 more. Okay? So they want us to write an addition equation to model that and then have the unknown variable labeled as S, right? Okay? So what is our equation going to be? 3/12 plus 4/12 equals S, right? So we're solving for S. So what is the area of Cece's rabbit sleeping space? So 3/12 plus 4/12 equals what? 7/12. And then going back up here to the word problem, what is my label? Yards. Not just yards. Square yard. Use the number line to find the sum. So they were nice enough and they already drew our number line for us and they already broke it into how many pieces? 10. Okay, so what should each one of those fraction bars be? 1/10. A tenth, right? So I'm going to start with 1/10 and then label the next one what? 2/10 and then keep going. So I have my 4/10. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to start at 0 and loop over to 4/10, right? Okay, then what am I going to do next? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do I land at? 8/10. So does my number line match up with my equation? Yeah. Okay. Find the sum of 1/4 plus 1/4. What do I have to have in order to add or subtract fractions? This is a common denominator. So you have to have a common denominator in order to do that. If you don't, you can still do that. You just have to find a common denominator first, correct? Okay. So are we good to go? Yes. Yep. So 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2 fourths. And then if they wanted you to simplify it, what would it be? 1/2, right? Okay. 1/8 plus 2/8. Can I go ahead and start? Yep. Why can I go ahead and start? Because I have a common denominator. So 1/8. Do I change the denominator? Nope. I'm only going to change the numerator when I get my answer. So 1/8 plus 2/8 is 3/8. Okay. All right, number 4 on your own. Weston walked 1/4 of a mile to school and 1/4 of a mile home. How many miles does Weston walk? Use a visual fraction model, write an equation, and find the distance d. Okay, so let's pull out our information. 1/4 of a mile, 1/4 of a mile. How many miles does he walk? Okay, so they want a fraction model. Okay, one thing we have not been adding to the top is what? What does this whole bar represent? 1 whole. So you're finding the part of the 1 whole. Okay, and we saw that yesterday in our lesson. Nope. Or also. But what am I going to break this into then? I need to break the smaller one into 4s. So I'm going to break him into 4 pieces. Okay, so a little bit darker, but to where I can still see it. How much does he go to school? 1/4, right? Okay, how about to home? 1/4, right? Okay, so what is my equation going to be? 1/4 plus 1/4 equals d for the unknown variable or the distance he walked. Okay, or the unknown number, unknown variable, unknown number. Okay, now what is 1/4 plus 1/4? So 2/4 of a what? Mile. If I wanted that simplified, how much of a mile? 1/2 of a mile. Everybody, do these fraction strips to find the sum. What are the two equations that could model this sum? Okay, so they were nice enough and already drew it for us. Are we using the red part? No, we're only using the blue. Okay, this is like the other day on our math lesson. Okay, so what does our total need to be? 5, 6, right? Okay, but we need to come up with two fractions that added together would get us 5, 6. What's one example? 3, 6 plus 2, 6. So this is just like what we did the other day, right, guys? How else can I break 5, 6 apart to be added together? 4, 6 plus 1, 6. And then could they also be written in a different order? Yes. Okay, we're already done. Number 6, Max spends 1/5 of an hour sweeping the floor. It takes 3/5 of an hour more to clean his room than to sweep the floor. How many hours does Max spend cleaning his room? So we're gonna pull out 1/5 of an hour sweeping, 3/5 of an hour more. Why do I need to put more in a box? Why is that a key word? Because it tells us we need to add, right? Okay, so put more in a box, because that's a key word. Okay, and then our question, how many hours does Max spend cleaning his room? And they want us to explain our answer. So we're going to put a line to put our answer, and then what's going to be my label? Hour, because, and then what's going to be my work? So 1/5 plus 3/5 equals what? Can I just go ahead and add? Yes, because I have a what? Common denominator. So 1/5 plus 3/5 is 4/5. So my answer is 4/5 of an hour. Okay, find the sum, number 7. 5/10 plus 4/10. Can I go ahead and add? Yes. Yes, why? Because I have a common denominator. So 5/10 plus 4/10 is 9/10. Would this be able to be simplified? No. No. Okay. Next one. 2/8 plus 5/8. What can I go ahead and start? Yes. Yes. Okay, so what is my answer? Okay, why could I go ahead and start? Because I had a common denominator. Ooh, this time they moved up to 3 different fractions or variables, right? Okay, but can I go ahead and start? Yes. Why can I go ahead and start? Because it has a common denominator. So 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 2/6 is 4/6. Could I simplify this if I wanted to? Yes. Yes, I could. But they're not asking that this time. Okay, next one. Number 10. 3/8 plus 1/8 plus 3/8. Can I go ahead and start? Yes. Yes, because I have a common denominator. So 3/8 plus 1/8 is 3/8 plus 1/8 is 4/8. 4/8 plus 3/8 is 7/8. Can I simplify that one? No. Nope. That one is already simplified.